Insurance while you're parking your car at just 29 pence. That seems like rather a bargain to me. Now, I came across this for the first time just recently, so either I'm living in the dark ages or it's been relatively newly introduced on various car parks. Now, 29 pence for insurance, what they cover is up to 100% of the excess of your insurance, which tells me that this is not quite as simple as it seems. It never is. So let's take a look at this and see what I think. Now, whilst it seems like an absolute bargain to begin with, let's look at what it really covers and what it might entail, and my thoughts on how insurance works and what you might have to think about in this situation. Now, it goes without saying, this is not legal advice, it's not insurance advice, this is just my views on this scenario. Now, Just Park, which is the one that I looked at, so this is no criticism of Just Park, I think it's a good thing, but Just Park says insurance, parking, peace of mind. How does it work? The safety of your vehicle and reducing the burden of insurance claims is really important. That's why. When making a booking and opting for parking peace of mind through Just Park for private parking space, we refund 100% of the excess fee. And there's an asterisk because that's up to £1,000. Most insurance excess is up to £1,000. I think there are quite a few that are over that. Let me know in the comments if yours is even more than that. Of your successful insurance claim on your motor insurance policy in the event your vehicle is damaged. Please note that at the moment you can only purchase it through the website and it cannot be purchased through the app. Although I think this is out of date because it did offer me the opportunity to buy it through the app. So either it would have directed me to the website or it's been changed since then and it's available on the app. I don't know because I didn't pay for it. But it says this is all done for the small fee of 29 pence per hour on top of your regular booking price. But then that brings us on to questions such as your insurance itself. Now, it will probably be the case that your insurance company will cover you on a private car park for damage caused to your vehicle by another person or by another vehicle. But you will have to check the policy, because if you find yourself in the position where your insurance company does not cover those things or has expressly excluded those things, then this parking insurance is a waste of time, because it does depend on your insurance company being a successful claim. That's the wording, at least on this Just Park version, because if it isn't a successful claim, they won't refund the excess. And there are other considerations as well, but I'll come back to those in a minute. Sticking with the insurance bit first, there's a couple of scenarios. For example, your insurance company may not cover malicious damage by third parties if it's not involving a vehicle. Most of them probably do, but you'd have to check the small print to make sure, because these insurance policies have lots of exclusions and things like that. So you'll need to make sure of that. But also, some insurance companies may require the details of the third-party vehicle that was involved. And if you don't know which vehicle that was because it's driven off already, then you obviously won't be able to report that to the insurance company. Now, just on the subject of reporting, there are some standard rules for this. If there is a road traffic collision, you must exchange details, regardless of whose fault it is. And even if you say sorry at the scene, whilst that's not advisable, it doesn't automatically mean you're admitting liability either. That can be argued later. Most people are sorry just for crashing into somebody or being crashed into even. So that is not necessarily an admission of liability, but I'd still avoid saying it. But if there is a collision, you must exchange details. If you cannot do so, then you must report it to the police within 24 hours. Also, if anyone is injured, you must report it to the police. Or if you believe that the other person has committed some kind of road traffic offence, drink driving perhaps, then again, you must report that to the police within 24 hours. And you should also check your insurance policy, because most of them will say you need to report such incidents within a specific time window. Otherwise, they might decline the claim. Some of them might be as short as 24 hours. Some of them might say within days, weeks, or within a month, you need to report it to the insurance company. Now, there's a little bit of a tip here. You can talk to your insurance company, not make a formal claim, but you can talk to them about what it might cover, and just ensure that they don't mark it as a claim. Because we've had this situation before where somebody just spoke to the insurance company about the prospect of a claim but didn't make a claim. And now that's not the same thing. But what happened was, when they came to renew the insurance later, there was a claim flagged up to the new insurer, because they changed insurers, that there was a claim unresolved on the system from the old insurer. And it was only on there, and it was only unresolved because it never went anywhere, because they only rang up to discuss it with the insurer. They didn't actually make a claim, but they'd flagged it up as a claim anyway, and so they had to jump through a lot of hoops to get that resolved and removed so that the old insurer would give the new insurer the no claims document, so the new insurer would validate the document. Now that's really important, because if your old one, you didn't have a claim but they have it on record, and the new one doesn't get the no claims document from the old one, then your new one is not going to be valid, or they might cancel it. So you need to keep your eye on that. So all of these reporting things are really important to remember. Now, while we're on claiming on the insurance, again, this is a really big thing, because if you get a dent and a scrape and a ding to your car and you claim on your insurance, you need to check that it's not going to affect your no claims discount, because many of them will. Many of the insurers are going to say whatever the claim is, whoever fault it is, you might have your no claims impacted. So again, check whether you've got it protected, check whether it is affected by these simple claims. Some insurers, I understand, will cover you for up to a certain amount of, say, trolley dings and car park dings and things like that without affecting your no claims. But always make sure you check that before you actually raise a claim, because once you've logged a claim, then there's almost always no going back unless your insurance company agrees to cancel it off and wind it back to a no claim status. But I thought that was really interesting, because I've never really paid much attention to it before now. I've never really read into it before now. I think I've seen something like that before, but I haven't really looked into it. But those are a few things that I would look out for if you are taking up that insurance. So I hope that was useful, and I'll see you next time.